What up?
Hey, y'all.
It's Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome back to Wilson's For Real. Shout out to the Real Squad.
Squad up, squad up, squad up. Get it, Real Squad. Oh, if you would like to be part of the Real Squad, please click the subscribe button, like and comment, and click the bell
Boop.
for notification.
What's up, y'all? Are you ready for some football? Well, we are ready for some food. Are you ready for some food?
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and say grace, and then we'll talk about everything else. Grace. You want to do a thumbnail real quick?
Yep.
Why we grab the same thing? All right, so it's Super Bowl Sunday. We did a nice little spread. Boo made her famous wings. I made my famous rotel. We got meatballs. We got sliders. We got sandwiches. We got turkey sandwiches. We got turkey burgers. We got wine.
I wasn't ready.
We got wine. And we also got my boy with
Who is your boy?
My boy has been trending for the last few days. Got my man Nelly in the building. Shout out to Nelly. Nelly got a new can because he from the Lou and he proud. And, wouldn't be no ticks without Nelly. The world wouldn't know the ticks without Nelly. I shouldn't say it wouldn't be no ticks, but the world wouldn't know. We gonna talk about that later.
I'm on my way to the store. Shirt
polo. They ain't get signed off that though.
You right.
They gave away they publishing on that song. But we're gonna talk about that later. So let's see what we got.
Oh, we got food. I'm about to eat my burger.
We just so mesmerized with everything. Oh, I need a pickle. I need a pickle on my burger. Hey, so if y'all familiar with Famous Dave's barbecue, he got his own pickles. Where the mayo, boo?
As you can see, everything be on my side.
I didn't do that.
This ain't even open. I need some ketchup too.
Famous Dave's, boy. These are spicy pickles, but they actually not spicy. They like sweet.
Look at this chicken wing.
Chicken wing, chicken wing, chicken wing. I'm gonna dress my little burger up. So what y'all doing on Super Bowl Sunday? Hey, if y'all do go to a party or did, if y'all looking at this now, y'all probably already at the party, but wear y'all masks, y'all. I know.
Until you start eating.
I know people be happy to see their family and get comfortable because they're around their family, but you still gotta be cautious, especially if people.
Put me a squirt.
Especially if people not in your bubble. If you don't have people living in your bubble, it could be dangerous, y'all. I'm just saying.
You know what I hate?
What?
When you go out to eat and people just, when they sit down, they take their mask off. Your food ain't here yet. Like, I understand, but you can wait till your food get there. What they say, it take 30 minutes of exposure.
I don't know the science.
Me either. I mean, I kind of know it, but not for real.
I don't even know. I just protect myself as best as I can.
And people, now the restaurants, hey, you be 12 feet apart. That's what's up.
I took her on a lunch date. I didn't know if she was going to get out of the car. So I was prepared for curbside.
Mm-hmm.
But she went on in, y'all. I was proud of her. We was pretty safe though. I think the county rule is 25
A little red pepper.
It might have been 18 people in there. We was all spread out.
Yeah, it was. I felt very safe.
We was like right by the door.
Right.
Broken the chip. These chips are a mixture of. No, these ain't Doritos, right? So I got the little border chips, cafe style, on the border salsa. But this is my famous Rotel.
With jalapenos, he put.
Yeah, I put jalapenos in there. So I make mine. I don't mind getting on a recipe.
Supposed to be a secret.
More secret. I use Velveeta cheese. I use 3 different types of Velveeta cheeses. The jalapeno, the Mexican, and the regular. And then also, I use the Rotel peppers in the can. Mild, spicy sometimes. And I use the secret weapon. Cream of mushroom soup.
You fancy.
And then I threw some jalapenos in. And ground beef. And ground turkey.
We got meatballs too. I don't think you said that.
I said that early on. Got meatballs with the Sweet Baby Ray. Barbecue sauce.
Beef. Did you know meatballs could be someone down the wrong side? Beef and pork. Somebody was like, make sure it's all beef. I'm like, why wouldn't it be all beef?
The package said all beef, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of insane.
Yeah.
Everything over here kind of insane except for the chicken and the cheese. No, the buns came from Snooks.
Well, mostly everything.
So mostly, it's like half and half. You know what I'm saying?
We used some of what we had already. We ain't like go out and buy all new stuff. We had stuff too.
Yeah, we had stuff. We had stuff on deck. Oh, wow. A little slider. Not a slinger, but a slider.
You and this slinger slider. So, first of all, question. Who's playing in the Super Bowl? I know one team, I don't know.
The Kansas City Chiefs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Duh. It's in Tampa.
Yeah.
But they don't always, like, if it's in that particular city, it ain't always.
It's the first time it's ever happened.
Makes sense.
So, they picked the Super Bowl site ahead of time. You know the Super Bowl gonna be a year in advance.
Okay, so they
just happen to win. They just happened to go to the Super Bowl, and it was hosted at their home field. Next year, the Super Bowl gonna be in Vegas. The draft in Vegas this year.
Nah, that's tight. Everybody loves Vegas.
The draft in the next couple of weeks. That's in Vegas. Vegas gonna be cracking.
Or the draft's always close to after the championship. Not championship, but the Super Bowl, then the NBA championship. It seemed like it'd be right after that.
It has to be.
Why?
Because they going into the next season.
Oh, okay.
If they wait, they're not gonna be prepared to like play in the season.
Okay.
So they have to pick them towards the end of the season so they can go in the off season and prepare.
That makes sense.
That was a good question though, Bob. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, because I don't know. Because I don't like follow it like that. I'd be like, oh, it's on.
So the cheese we use on the burgers and the sandwiches is Emo's cheese. If you ain't from the Lou, if you know, you know. And them buns are like made for mini hamburger.
Yeah, they are.
And the bread we use for the sandwiches was the Hawaiian sweet rolls.
I put these peppers in here.
And what? And wing.
It ain't hot. It just got a little kapow.
So, who you think gonna win the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Let's take a wild girl.
Kansas City Chiefs.
She picking the Chiefs. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, but I think Tampa Bay gonna win. They got one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history on their team, Tom Brady. He came from the Patriots.
Okay. I'm like,
he left the Patriots.
When he? I guess
year?
last year. When he leave?
Yeah. So Tom Brady.
So like, if the person that you rooting for lead a team, do you still be for the team or do you be for the player?
In basketball,
I mean, I'm for the player.
In basketball, I follow the player because we ain't had no basketball team since we've been living in St. Louis. It was a basketball team here. The Atlanta Hawks used to be the St. Louis Hawks.
It must have been before we was born.
Yeah. We had St. Louis Spirit too. Oh, that was the ABA team. Well, back in the day, they had the ABA and the NBA.
We watched a documentary about that.
Yeah. So, you know, leave something in the comment and let us know what y'all eating today. Or what y'all ate for the Super Bowl. We got a hodgepodge of things.
The meatballs got a little kick too. I just put barbecue sauce in.
Wings fire. Everything fire.
Yeah, it is.
You heard me.
Let me get that mayonnaise. So,
Do you like the pickle?
I do like the pickle on the burger. I don't like the pickle if it ain't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of. I like a regular pickle. I don't like a little sweet pickle. That ain't me.
Getting hot in here.
That interview was a lot. A lot. If I was at the place, this would have been me.
We gotta get background, baby. We gotta get context. We always tell the kids to get context. We gotta get context. So, if you haven't been following trending topics, Ali from the St. Lunatics has been going on a tandem on Instagram about how he feels Nelly hustled the group. First off, I was confused. I was confused on how Nelly hustled the group.
Me too.
So he gave this whole, he went all out. Nelly never said nothing. Nelly came home to St. Louis this week and finally said, you know what? I'm breaking my silence. I ain't gonna even do it the traditional way. I could easily go to a big radio show or YouTube show and tell my story. But he went to some local amateur radio podcast, and I ain't throwing no shade, but they not like mainstream or syndicated, so you amateur. Yeah. So it was obvious that two of the hosts, so it seemed like it was like 3 or 4 hosts for the show. But I'm talking about just hosts though. It seemed like it was 3 or 4 hosts. It seemed like it was 2 females and 2 males. The 2 males well, one of the males tried to give a disclaimer in the beginning that he's being objective. But it came off to me, my opinion, disclaimer, that it was an attack. And they were defending Ali. Until they start hearing the story. The interview was like a roller coaster. It was like a mess at first. And before I continue, we have 4 videos on it posted on our channel. It was a mess. Because they were just throwing all these different stats out at. They weren't even stats. They were just throwing out rumors to Nelly. Mm-hmm. And Nelly basically came on and said, I'm going to tell you about the Lunatics from the beginning to where we are now.
Right.
So all the questions that you have, sir, he's going to answer those in his story.
It was so, at the beginning, I could not watch it.
The dude just kept interrupting him.
I'm like, please let him talk. What kind of interview is this?
He asking questions, and the dude answering the questions in his story, if you would shut up.
However, as somebody who's interviewing somebody, they're probably supposed to narrate what's going on, but not necessarily. And I think that's how he felt, because he kept saying, this our interview, or something of that nature. And I'm like, okay, it is your interview. But
Nelly, the biggest story you had on your show.
Right.
No shade.
But I felt like they was more for Ali than Nelly. But go ahead and finish. I know you was into your story.
Biggest takeaway, though, I'm just going to talk about my takeaway because, I mean, they can look at the video to see what Nelly said.
Yeah.
But my takeaway from it is they was a group. They signed a horrible deal at first. They started shopping their music around to other folks. The other folks weren't interested in the group, but they were interested in Nelly. And Nelly kind of felt uneasy about him getting a deal and nobody else getting a deal. So, out of his mouth, he said the conditions around him signing a deal is if they sign him, they have to give the group a chance, and everybody in the group needs to get a solo project. The record label wanted Nelly that much, they honored that. But it came with stipulations. Nelly had to sell 300,000 in order for that to happen.
Yep. Nelly
did his part to put them on. Even though they started off as a group, I hate to quote Nelly, but this is business. And in the record business, when people spending their money, you can't tell people how to spend their money. They wanted to invest in Nelly. And Nelly wanted his partners on, his group on. And so that happened. He didn't have to do that. He could have easily took his deal and said, hey, they just wanted me. He negotiated putting them on. Mm-hmm. And so, as he was traveling around, it was Nelly and the St. Lunatics because he wanted to keep them hot. So when they do their record, that people would know them. You know what I mean? Right. And it seemed to me, when he did his tell-all a few days ago, he had all this built up.
He did.
And he was like tired of like carrying a grunt of everything because everything fell on his shoulders. Everything. But it seemed like Ali I don't know what Ali want to get out of this. I don't know if he want credit or whatever, but I still believe if Nelly just gave him credit and said, yeah, you the reason all of this, it still won't be enough for Ali. You know what I'm saying? I think Ali want to be Nelly, didn't become Nelly, and now 20 years later, he like letting his envy and jealousy come out that he had the whole time.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because like Nelly said, everybody had their opportunity to blow up because he did the legwork. He got them the deal. Yeah. So once he got them the deal, it's your turn to do what he did. But you didn't. Because you brought out Bugetto.
If it ain't...
I don't even know that song. I'm going to be honest. But I like Ali. I like Murph. I like Keywan. I even like Slow. I ain't picking no side. But I think what Nelly is saying was reasonable.
Hey.
And believable.
Ali mama stayed across the street from my mama. Why black people always inserting themselves?
I grew up with him.
I grew up with him.
That's my cousin.
Right. No, I ain't saying that. But I did figure that out later on. I feel so bad about Murphy Lee because to me, Murphy Lee was dope.
He's still dope.
Dope. Okay, I used to, anytime he was on anybody record, the record did amazing. But, you looking for this? But I don't know. He talked about that too. And if you go and, what is it called? Down the rabbit hole, and you go look up some old Murphy Lee interviews, Murphy Lee talked about him signing a deal with somebody else too.
We never signed with Nelly.
Well, we never signed with Dirty UNT.
And Nelly felt some type of way too because Murph went off and did the deal and didn't involve him. But then when some stuff went wrong and they didn't want to bring out his second album, he ran to Nelly like help. You know what I'm saying? He like, how you gonna not involve me and then try to involve me in trouble? Because Nelly didn't even know he was getting the deal. Nelly didn't know the deal was done until he did the deal.
It's like an onion. There's so many layers to
but I just
the
think,
whole story.
I think Ali may have some valid grievances, but my thing is that should have been handled when it happened.
Yeah.
Why you coming back now? I think Nelly's nephew even said that to him too.
Right. Why you ain't say this before? Well,
Leezy, help me understand, bro.
Probably before he was getting money.
Because I don't understand the premise of what Ali is trying to get out of this. Like, are you trying to get money? Are you saying you're owed money? Or are you saying you just owed your respect?
Because I don't feel like people don't respect Ali.
I don't think so either. I think people respect all the Lunatics for real.
Especially if you live in St. Louis.
Because what they did was big. It's just Nelly was the leader of it. And he wasn't like, it may have not been like that in the group. He was the chosen leader, not because he wanted to be the chosen leader. The people investing money into, the people investing money into the record label wanted to know. I think Nelly gave a good example when he said, I was only responsible for putting you in position to win.
Yeah.
It was up to you to win once you got in that position. And the example he gave, he said, that's like you picking me up to take me to the trials for the Bulls. It ain't my fault if you out there bricking and I'm hot and I'm making all the shots. And they picked me to be on the team and didn't pick you. And you getting mad at me because you took me to the trials and I made it and you didn't. That's what, and that when he said that, the whole thing made complete sense.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And he explained like he didn't have to negotiate a deal for them.
Yeah.
But he did. And he paid them. And he didn't have to. He split his money up. I don't get it now. Well, I do get it.
Yeah, he did split his money up.
It was ungrateful people.
I heard it gotta be because I know more money.
You think that's what it is?
What's going on right now? Nelly got money still coming in. He just did Dancing with the Stars. He can still go do things.
Plus, he get publishing every 6 months because he did his business.
Yeah.
And he didn't read the book. Ali read the book, and Ali still at the crib.
Yeah.
Bougie, baby.
I think it's more money than anything else.
You think it's a money thing?
It's always money.
Well, my take from this, everybody got to be responsible for themselves. At the end of the day, it's just like when you get on that airplane and the lady telling you where the exits and a thing. What's the first thing they tell you? Don't help nobody until your mask on.
Yep.
Don't help nobody.
They say babies too.
Exactly. Don't help nobody until your mask is on.
You be like, dang.
So you got to take care of yourself, man. You're responsible for yourself at the end of the day. Yourself. You.
Period.
Thank you. That's how Nelly ended.
And mad respect to him because he said in the interview, I would have walked out.
Yeah, he could have easily said, you know what, this beneath me. I mean, the dude went diamond. He could have went on any platform he wanted to talk, to tell his story. But he went to the amateur. He went to amateur night to do it. But I'm glad he did amateur night because I was able to get a piece.
What?
We was able to get a piece of the action. Shout out to everybody that watched our Nelly videos. We so appreciate it.
It ain't us, y'all.
Well, we put it out there. We like ESPN. You know, we just put it out there for you to see.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't produce it. We just distributed it. We were distributors in that interview. So for y'all that are new to our channel, we didn't do the interview. We just like distributed. With that being said, y'all enjoy the Super Bowl today. Come on back to Wilson for real, because we trying to drop as many videos as we can for y'all. We had a great week, boo. We had a great week. We like literally put out a video almost every day. Mm-hmm. On TikTok, on IG.
He's a machine.
We've grown.
A machine.
We've grown 100 subscribers. 200 subscribers in like 3 days. Let's keep it going, y'all. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it going, y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course right here on YouTube. Nah, I'm missing one. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and of course right here on YouTube. And until next time, we're going to holler at you. We out this thing. Peace!